drinking wouldn't have allowed me to explore this other area of me and kind of was keeping me at this level. Like drinking, when you're drinking a lot, never elevates you. It never progresses you forward. All it does is just keep you here. Keeps you here. You know, you never have heard anybody ever say that I am really glad I started drinking again. Nobody's ever said that because there's no reason to be glad if you've stopped and you've seen the positive aspects that drinking has made towards your life being improved in every way, shape, or form. It's like there's no reason to look back, and that's where I'm sitting right now. I'm really not even like, oh, I'm 100 days sober. I hope I can make it 100 more. I'm almost like drinking isn't even a thing for me anymore. I don't drink, and life has gotten so much better without drinking in every way. So I know a lot of people hit me up on Twitter about being sober. I know a lot of people always ask me questions about it. So I've been thinking about this for a long time. I want to form a place where people can get together and talk about issues with addiction. It doesn't have to be limited to alcohol. It can be any other addiction. I know there's every addiction out there. And even if you're having a hard time in life with depression, if you're having a hard time in life with your family, with work, anything, I know that everybody needs somebody to talk to, and not everybody has somebody to talk to. So I'm going to use Ruin Your Day as a platform for that. Every week on Wednesdays, I haven't decided a time yet, probably around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to have Ruin Your Day live for an hour. And basically what's going to be happening is the chat is going to be live, and that's going to be used as the floor for everybody to talk. I might be on a video feed answering questions to the chat. I might pull up some music that Ruin Your Day made to play. I might play some video in the background. It's going to be sort of a free-form vehicle type of feed. There's not going to be really a set thing that we're doing. The only thing that I want to go on is I want people to feel like it's a safe place to come into and talk and vent, talk to other people, maybe give advice. I'll be in there if anybody wants to ask any questions about being sober. I can give whatever advice I can for that. And yeah, essentially, I just think there needs to be a place like that. I think AA works really well for a lot of people because it's a community. It's a strong-knit community. You have a sponsor that holds you accountable for not drinking. You have other people that are going through the same thing as you. You realize there's a whole world out there of people that just don't drink. And that's rare these days, honestly. So I want there to be a place like that on Ruin Your Day doesn't have to be just limited to alcohol. It could be anything. You know, like my parents went through some heart problems this year, and that really devastated me. So, you know, I needed somebody to talk to about that. My ex-girlfriend's dog that I really love got cancer. My close friend just had cancer. So it's been tough for me as well this year, and I'm really thankful that I've had Ruin Your Day to talk to you guys about battle rap and forget about the troubles in my life, but I want to give back, and I want to create a platform where we can all come together and sort of be each other's shoulder to lean on every now and then. So just wanted to make this video to talk about me getting sober, my experience with it. Honestly, to wrap this up, being sober is like probably the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. Me breaking up with my ex-girlfriend that I love to this day has been the best thing that's ever happened to me too as well. It's really like jump-started me to make big improvements in my life that I'm really proud of. And yeah, I mean, I think anybody out there that's struggling with addiction, the first question you need to ask for yourself, if you're thinking that you might have a drug problem, alcohol problem, any sort of problem, is if I'm asking myself if I have a problem, I might have a problem. Do you want to take the next step to solving it? Do you want to get clean? Do you want to get sober? And all I can say is being sober is amazing. It's great. I would never trade it for anything. It works really well for me. Other people can drink responsibly. I'm not one of those people. I can't drink responsibly at all. So, yeah, guys, I just want to thank you all for helping me through my year of sobriety. You guys really made a huge difference in my life. I want to thank everybody out there that supported Ruin Your Day, all the patrons, all the people that did a watch episode, all the guests, all the people that tuned in for watch, everybody that bought merch, everybody that bought music. It means the world to me. So thank you guys. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ruin an Hour, a safe place to talk about anything. My name is Kyle Gray. First of all, Tristan, appreciate the $5. We are live every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is a safe place to talk about anything from depression, anxiety, addiction, sobriety, balance in life. Anything you want to talk about, this is the place. No judgment. Anything goes here. I know that the quarantine has been tough for everybody out there, and it's been difficult staying inside of our homes, not seeing our family, not seeing our friends, but we got to get through it, and the only way we can get through it is just a straight line and to do it as healthy as we can. So if you guys want to vent about anything, now is the time. Thank you, Streets Don't Lie. I'm doing average today, but hey, I'm feeling better right now. After I talked to you guys on Instagram, I feel a lot better. Come see me. What's up, Avo? After an alcoholism stint, I pretty much just learned yesterday that I have PTSD. I don't know if it was a combination of growing up in the hood or the military, but honestly, I didn't think it would happen to me. Yeah, come see me. I mean, if you've been in the military, it's very possible that you'll have PTSD just from being in the military, so that's completely understandable. Who diagnosed you? Did they give you anything to do? Anything to take? Any ways to treat it? Any therapy? Are you going to go to therapy? I think that would be a good start. Going to therapy would be a great start for that. I know, it's Wednesday. Definitely have lost track of the days, to say the least. Groundhog's Day is just in full effect. Every day feels like the next. Now this will help dramatically, but your brain will repeat images constantly in your brain, and you need to let them process in your mind to help yourself get over them. Some good advice. Used to pop Xans and mix with alcohol for 5 months straight. Haven't done Xans in over a year and haven't smoked weed in a year and a half. I still drink though. Well, CC 131195, congrats on ditching the Xans and ditching the weed. That's great, man. It's wonderful. You should feel proud about that. Carnage, what's up? Good to see you. I fully appreciate what you are doing. I think this is very much needed. I tune in because I like that everyone is supporting each other and that this is rare. Well, thank you, Carnage. I agree, man. Thank you for the support. Dia, my man, make sure you take care of yourself. The VA has some good stuff available as well as veteran support groups that should be local. That's some good advice. That's some very good advice for people suffering from PTSD from being in the military. I'm a multiple combat vet myself that also grew up in the hood. Lost 2 of my troops to suicides these past 6 months. Got to take care of yourself, bro. Talk to somebody. It helps. 100%. You got to talk to people. That's the only way you can get through your issues is vocalizing them and communicating them. Especially if you're in the military, there's a lot of people that have probably gone through something really similar to you. And I know that when you're back out living a civilian life, it's different because a lot of us can't empathize what you went through. So talking with people that have been through the same thing as you, I could see being really helpful. I'm going to go officially get help Friday, but phone calls, texts stress me out. Even people knocking at my door too makes me panic and almost afraid to go to sleep. Yeah, man. I mean, I think you can't just bottle this feeling up because it's not going to go away. You have to learn how to cope with it, and I think talking to somebody who knows exactly what you're going through will help you dramatically. Serious question. If you smoke weed every day, but yet you do everything you need to do, is it a problem? Jay Hernandez, I mean, you're the only one that can determine if you have a problem or not. I can't tell you have a problem just because you do something every day. Do you think, let me ask you this, do you think would your life be better if you didn't smoke weed every day? Could you possibly smoke weed every other day? Those are questions you should probably just ask yourself, just ways to better your life, It's like if I wanted to eat cookies every day because I love cookies, but I don't because my life is not good when I eat cookies every day and it's a treat. It's meant to be something that I treat myself with, not something that I like use to live by. So really only yourself can decide if you have a problem or not. I would say if you have financial problems, if you have relationship strains, if your family is being affected, if your job's being affected, if your health is being affected, if any one of those aspects of your life is being affected by anything you're doing, and it's habitual and you don't feel like you can stop, I think then it's a problem. Providing a space for these discussions for blokes is awesome. Well done, Avo. Tristan, I appreciate you. That means a lot. Quit smoking cigarettes in December. Worst habit I ever picked up. Fig House Productions. Congrats on tossing the cigs. That's amazing. Been cig free for what, like 4 months now? Congrats, man. I was in the military as well. Lost multiple troops to suicide. I deal with suicidal thoughts. Going to talk to somebody changed my life. Well, hell yeah, AT. See, look at all these people that know what you're going through. It's incredible. Anything you will will turn on you. Drugs, alcohol, people, everything in moderation. Definitely agree with that, Carnage. Definitely agree with that, 100%. Avo, can you speak on the perks of sobriety you've experienced? People often think that being sober is boring. I have a blast being sober. I love having more clarity to create and experience things. Yeah, I mean, being sober led me to find out that I really love living life and being alive. Like, before I was sober, every activity I would have to do would have to be like, oh, it's boring unless I drink, unless I like have a drink or two. And then like if I have free time, I'm like, oh, let's go get faded, And it's not boring. Life is really, really amazing and full of amazing things and fun stuff to do. And just being alive in general is such a blessing that I would never want to numb that out and forget that I'm here, and forget that I'm in the moment. I would like to be here because you only do this once. You don't want to be here the whole time, So, Illusion Z, what's up, Chris? Good to see you in here, my man. I agree with Avo. Would your life be better doing a certain substance? I know people who weren't real alcoholics and ended up smoking weed and were happier. I can't do anything mind-altering, just me. Yeah, I mean, everybody's different, right? I mean, some people can smoke and be fine. Like, we're not saying, like, everything's evil and everything, you should just quit everything just because. It's really just about finding out what you can cope with. And if you can't cope with doing something, like myself, is I couldn't just have one beer. I would need to have the whole six-pack. I would need to drink all of it, and so drinking in moderation is not possible for me. So therefore, I'm an alcoholic and I can't drink. Luke, what's your more of a life question, man? Feel free to ask it. 2004 postseason Carlos Beltran. Appreciate you. Thank you. That means a lot. Streets don't lie. I've smoked weed every day for 25 years. I've got the most messed up PTSD, but not from the military, and had sort of a breaking that a script couldn't write. Looks like I'm in the right place. Hell yeah, streets don't lie. You are. You're definitely in the right place. Much love to all ex and current military, by the way, especially those who suffered due to the service. I agree, Saint Soldier TV. I totally agree with that. Eugene, quit weed for 80 days and see if you feel better. You'll definitely have more money and you'll get more stoned for less if you decide to smoke again. That's some good advice. Some good advice there. I mean, I think taking breaks from anything is healthy, honestly. Everyone should order Hawaiian baby wood rose seeds. What are those, LMT? Khaled, much love from Dubai, man. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Illusion Avo, did you enjoy filming battle rap more sober from the jump, or did it take more time in sobriety to start to enjoy events sober? Chris, like, I enjoyed everything sober when I got sober. Like, everything was much more enjoyable, from like being at battle events, because you got to think, like, I used to get like really intoxicated during battle events where I was drunk. Like, there's a couple events where I can't remember parts of the event, and that's horrible. And I would do stuff that I'm not proud of. I would almost get in fights with staff members. I was really irritable. I was short-tempered. And now I'm not that way. I can remember all the events. I enjoy myself the whole time. I'm positive. I'm able to keep a clear head when there's a stressful technical issue that comes up that needs to be solved. Like, so it didn't really take that much more time for me to really enjoy sobriety. To be honest with you, I enjoyed sobriety right off the bat, like a lot. I quit drinking for 100 days 3 years ago, and really what I was doing was I was just basically holding my breath until I could drink again, and I didn't enjoy that at all. And that's because I wasn't really doing it for the right reasons. I was just kind of kidding myself. But even then, when I started drinking again, I remember like sitting down to have my first drink on my birthday with my ex-girlfriend, and I remember even telling her, I'm like, I don't know if I really want to do this. And she was like, well, don't do it if you don't want to. But then I just did it just because. And then I remember just getting drunk just because and not really even liking it and just being like, this doesn't really feel that good. But then it's like the addiction just got back into me, and I just started drinking more and more and more. And then it became really, really bad, where I was like driving drunk all the time and doing all sorts of fucking terrible shit. So yeah, I mean, now I like literally I don't ever think about drinking. Like never. Like even today I went on like a run. And when I was walking home from the run, I was like thinking about, I'm like, it's crazy. I've been sober for almost 2 years and I don't think about drinking ever. Like when I'm like not in a good headspace, which today, to be honest with you, I was not in a very good headspace. I was very like angry at like my situation in life right now and like how depressed I can get. And I was like kind of mad that I let myself get there, and like, you know, I was kind of playing the victim card for myself, which is not appropriate. And I'm never like, fuck, I feel like shit. Well, I'm just gonna go buy like a fucking handle of vodka or like, you know, a 6-pack and drink it, then I'll feel better. Like there's never that thought in my mind that ever comes up. So I'm just grateful for that. Super grateful for that. Yes, I'm the person that films and edits the battles, Silvers. Luke, how do you, I know you asked a life question. How do you balance working a normal job and working on what you really want to be doing? I just can't seem to get the right amount. And even working on lockdown, I've got 2 kids, so I'd have more time at work. I mean, Luke, like, it's not easy balancing anything in life, especially a job and then your passion. That's not easy by any means. I would say the best way to approach that is to not overwhelm yourself and not be like, well, I'm just going to work all the time. Like every minute I have free, I'm going to be working. Like, oh, I have like, you know, after the kids go to sleep at like 8, I'm going to work until midnight on the thing I really love to do. Because then all you're doing is you're burning the candle at both ends, and then you sleep until midnight. Let's say your kids wake up at like 7 a.m. or something like that, or 6. And what if they wake up in the middle of the night and like you don't get good sleep, and then the next day you're irritable because of that? I would say just being kind to yourself and working a healthy amount on both. Doing what your job requires from you, of course, but then your passion project, not burning yourself out on it, you know, and working on it just the amount that's appropriate, I would say, is the best way to go about that. Come see me. Avo is a legend and deserves to be Mount Rushmore of the culture. Appreciate the $5, man. Means a lot. Means a lot. How long have I been sober? I've been sober for a year and 9 months, I think. I'm going to be 2 years sober in July. So, yeah. So, a year and 9 months. Thank you, Dia. Appreciate that. Tim Duncan, this show isn't really about battle rap, my man. So, not talking about battle rap in here. D.I. Gamble. Peace, man. Appreciate you, my man. Turn up the AC. Appreciate that. Illusion Z. Avo, is there anything that you think... is there anything that you think you could take you back out drinking? Oh, you mean like anything that would trigger me? Honestly, no. I don't think there's anything that could make me drink again. I mean, honestly, this is like so like fucking hypothetical, but like if my like ex-girlfriend came back to me and she like we like fucking went on some goddamn like vacation to like some island and something like that, and she was like and she like asked me to drink with her, maybe I would have like a glass of wine or something like that. But even then, I don't think that would be possible, A, because that's not gonna fucking happen. But I also think that nothing can make me want to drink again, honestly. Like I feel so much better sober that even when I'm triggered and depressed and sad, I'm never like, fuck, I feel like shit. I'm just gonna drink to feel better. I don't have that in me anymore. I don't have that like need to like numb out the pain. If anything, I'm just like, the pain will pass. Like this shit will pass. Like emotions are transient and feelings are the the call to action to the mind, and then they process into thoughts. So feelings aren't forever; they fade out, they burn out. So just learning to like, kind of like ride those waves of emotion has kind of helped me a lot. Luke, appreciate it, man. Thank you for asking the question. Thank you, Sean P. Turn up the AC as well. Carnage, I've been sober for over a year now. I think there's so much clarity, but depression can strike because of feeling like an outcast. If anyone feels that way, remember it does pass and people do care. Agree with that, man. Feelings do pass, man. Shit doesn't last forever. It feels like it might, but it does not. Chris, do you feel like the Watch series is better now that you're sober? And how did guests on the show adjust to being sober on the Watch show? Yeah, Illusion Z, I feel like Watch is 1,000 times better sober. When I first started, I would get drunk on there and say stuff that I shouldn't be saying. Like I would insult people. I would like be rude. It wasn't good. Like I even look back at like how I even analyzed battles. And my mind worked different even too, like how my perspective was like massively different. So I feel like the show has improved tenfold, and I like that people can still drink on here, people can still smoke on here. I don't have a problem with that. People just don't get trashed anymore, and I like that. I like that people keep it professional enough to catch a buzz but not get super intoxicated or like inebriated where they can't function. Any book suggestions? Eugene, yes. I haven't read any new books. I'm currently reading some manga and doing a college course called What is the Mind? So that's been kind of interesting. But I've suggested this book a couple times on here. This book called What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Blacker. Very good book. Also, I read this book recently that's fiction called Born. Borne. It's by the same author that did the Annihilation trilogy, so it's like post-apocalyptic. What doesn't kill you makes you blacker. Let's see, what else? What else is like I would suggest to everybody? Facing Love Addiction by Pia Melody is really good. Facing Codependency is also pretty good by the same author. But yeah, some good books there. Saint Soldier TV, you know it. You know it, man. The Alchemist, I've heard about that book too. I heard it's good. A Brief History of Time, Stephen Hawking is the best book I've ever read. I'll look into it. Is it dry though? I could like picture Stephen Hawking not being the most enthralling author. But if it's good and easy to digest, I'll definitely check it out. Now's definitely the time to dig into books, that's for sure. I need to order some more books and just start reading. I got to finish a couple. I got, let's see, I got a book called David and Goliath that's, I forgot what it's about, but it's a nonfiction, so I'm going to finish that. And then I also have another book called the Code of the Extraordinary Mind, and I need to finish that. But that one's kind of more hoaxy, more kind of corny, to be honest with you. It's like a self-help book, but it's like, oh, you can totally achieve what you want in life and be as successful as you can. Take it from me. I used to be sleeping on the streets, and now I'm a millionaire and own my own company. Like, You know, I'm kind of like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, man. But who knows? There could be some good stuff in there that I could take away and walk away with. So, Ricky Ricardo, appreciate you, man. Ooh, yeah, I would love to read Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. I fucking love David Goggins. A little bit much of a fucking masochist, but I do really get inspired by hearing him talk, even if he is just like literally a goddamn walking penis. Like, literally like, oh man, if you fucking sleep at night, you're a fucking pussy. Go hard, stay hard. But he's cool. I'll fuck with him. Eugene Thompson, appreciate the donation. Ryan, Mr. Question. How old are you? It's hilarious watching you film the battles with your lion mane hair. Yeah, Ryan, I am 35. I'm going to be 36 this year. I've been filming battles for 13 years now. And yeah, my hair gets crazy. Like during this quarantine, if I don't cut my hair, which the barbers are closed, so I'll probably not, it's going to get long and it's going to look like shit. I'll be honest, it's not dry at all. Super easy to digest and leaves you with questions to think about. Damn. I'll fucking look into that shit then. Dia, I know you mentioned you used to not want to do anything without drinking first. What habits, activities have you picked up since your sobriety? Reading is a big one. I didn't used to read ever. Didn't used to read any books. And now just kind of like trying to work through my personal problems pointed me towards literature. And I really enjoy the activity of reading. I like a lot now, and I like holding a physical book. I don't like reading on a screen. So reading, I think, is the biggest one, and walking is another big one too. I love to walk and be outside. It's a great activity that I do often now. Thank you, Anwar Anderson. Appreciate that. Ooh, you're cutting your boy's hair tomorrow, Desi? I know. I should get some buzzers and just shave my head, honestly. My hair will grow back in like a month. My hair grows so fast, it's like annoying, honestly. Remon. I couldn't read a book. I can't sit down and read for hours. I find it difficult to focus. Hey, man, that's probably why you need to just try. Like, honestly, like, I used to think I was like that, like, fuck, I can't, like, sit down and focus. But I think, like, if you do something like reading, it actually helps you focus your energy on one thing. What was my first event I filmed in sobriety, and what was it like? Ooh, shit. I think the first event I ever filmed sober was... Fuck. It was the event right after initiation. But actually, that's not true. The first event I actually filmed sober was Gully vs. Ganic 1. I wasn't drinking at that time. I took that 100 days break then, and I wasn't drinking alcohol. Or maybe I just wasn't drinking during the event. And one of the World Doms, too. I also didn't drink during it, and I loved it. Alfie! Damn, the big donation, my man. Coming in here with the guns blazing. Love you too, bro. I hope you're safe. I hope your family's doing really good. I've been thinking about you because I've been rocking the jerseys you got me for my birthday. Appreciate you, Alfie. Means the world to me, man. Thank you. What's my favorite battle? I don't have one. I love them all. They're all amazing. World Dom 7, I don't think so. I forget which, like, where my sobriety started in terms of battle rap, because, like, I've been filming so many URL events that it's like I forgot where the first one was that I, like, just wasn't drinking at. Minix YY. I'm doing okay, man. Appreciate the question. Love you too, man. Appreciate you. Robert, what's up, bro? I must have missed your question. Lost my job today and literally need to get sober right away. Robert Martin. Yeah. Damn. So did you lose your job due to the coronavirus? One of my rounds. Never. Ever. But yeah, losing a job is definitely a good time to try to get sober, honestly, because you're going to be left to your devices if you don't. And all you're going to do is really just adhere to your addictions. I know that this quarantine time is difficult for a lot of people because of that, because you're just inside and you're not like really doing anything. So you get bored and then you're like, okay, well, what can I do? But now, if any, is the best time to try to work on yourself. And if sobriety is a thing that you think you need to do, I think it's like one of the best times to try it, because like really you're gonna be free from, you can't go to a bar, you can't hang out with people, you can't go to a party. You can really just try to sit with yourself and be sober. Agent Spitz, what's up, man? Appreciate you being in here. Thanks a lot, man. Illusion Z, Avo, did sober change certain material in battle rap in general you like to hear? No, if anything, it really opened me up to battle rap more. I think I like understand it more being sober now. I think I can just like take in information easier, because like when I used to be intoxicated, when I was listening to something, it's like I'm not really like hearing it and like thinking critically of anything. I'm just like it's just all base level, you know? Question to whomever has experience: can you develop PTSD from any type of trauma, like breakups, death of loved ones, emotional stress? I don't have any experience with PTSD, but yes, I would assume the answer is yes to that. You can develop PTSD from any type of trauma. Of course, Ramon. Sean P., for those just getting sober, Living Sober is a great book to read. Definitely agree with that. Desi, literally trying to get healthier during this whole thing, and have been doing kids yoga with them, but eating is BS because food delivery. Especially because I can't leave my house for essentials now with having symptoms. How are you feeling today, Desi? Are you feeling any better? Is it getting any better? But yeah, I know that food delivery is difficult to eat healthy with, for sure. I'm not still shipping merch. Everything's closed down for now, so we can't ship anything out. But when this is done, we're going to have the hoodies back in stock, and we'll get a bunch of those out. Sup, Guttaboy85. Avo, I saw Geechee New Jersey twerking at Instagram live battle. Do you think we'll see more of those in the coming months with other battle rappers? Yes, Rashad. We're actually going to be doing something very similar to that on this channel starting tomorrow. What's up, Amy? How you doing? How's life out there in NY? I was so drunk in Blackout 5, I forgot Fix and Psychosis battled until I found my phone. I don't remember the event much at all or who battled. I was also really drunk at that event. Not a good thing. And have a plan when entering sobriety. Pick up a hobby, something to keep your mind occupied and off the desire of your vice. May have to change your crew as well. I agree with that, Dia. Picking up a hobby and something healthy outside of your inner circle is very wise. Is very, very wise. One upside of being a FOMO sufferer, I'm actually not minding lockdown so far. Yeah, that's true. There's nothing else to do. Literally. 66P, I know, man. I know. It would be good to get call-ins on that, for sure. Diz and Psychosis. Word. I know, this would be good to have call-ins. I need to figure out how to do that. Yeah, Tyrone, I did see that. That was cool. Dia, Saint, PTSD stands for post-traumatic stress disorder. Any stressful situations can create it. It's not just for the U.S. war vets. Civilians are not exempt. Definitely seek help if you need to. Totally agree. What battle am I reacting to next? No idea. Is there a way I can pay you to watch a battle with the likes of Geechee Ilmac when COVID is over without spinning the wheel? Unfortunately, not at this time. Maybe in the future I'll come up with something like that. Spaced out. First time ever, life in NYC is just like everywhere else. We're all watching the same YouTube from different couches. If that ain't the fucking truth. Timothy, what's cracking? Desi, energy levels are up, fever is gone, but my lungs feel terrible, heavy and burn, my throat is still bad. Well, Desi, I'm glad to hear that the fever's gone. That's good. And your energy levels are up. That's incredible. My day's been okay, not so good, but now it's good because I'm hanging out with you guys. Nathan, I will definitely watch that when we get back to watching battles, for sure. I typed the response to how I felt a million times, but I swore. I don't know anything about the implementation of 5G. Black 666. I saw a bunch of people talking about it, but I'm ignorant to everything about that. Anwar, my ideal venue would be the bunker. That's pretty much it. Alfonso, peace out, man. Good to see you in here. No doctors won't see me because I have symptoms like COVID. Wait, they won't see you because you have symptoms like COVID? Does that mean they will see you? I was told I wasn't bad enough to be tested and just stay home. Yeah, that's crazy. So it's like pretty much they're only accepting people that like absolutely have it at this point. Meldon, appreciate you, my man. You think you can get battle rappers to talk about finances, how much a battle rapper make and could potentially earn? Also, how much did you start earning when battle rapping? Carl, I mean, maybe. I think that's kind of just like too personal because people still like want to like be like they make a lot of money. So I think that's too personal at this point in time. Nathaniel, I use Adobe, the Adobe Creative Suite. But yeah, I just want to also reiterate that how important it is to stay healthy during this time. No COVID symptoms are supposed to stay home because they don't want people to potentially bring it to the healthcare places unless you need hospitalization. Oh, interesting. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Hell yeah, Jay Stutters, Justin Jameson. Glad you can make it. Glad you're here. Yeah, that does suck. That's very unfortunate. It's a virus, so they're expecting it to pass in people. Not everyone needs to be hospitalized. Yeah, word. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Was it to ya? Good to see you in here. All good. Just matters that you're here now. How you doing? Chris Ivory. Thank you, man. That's good to hear, man. I'm glad I could bring you some entertainment. I've heard a lot of theories, but now more than ever, we need to boost our immune systems, and ironically, yours suggested to stay home. Yeah, totally. It's pretty crazy times, man. Hey, Avo, have you ever followed a web series or ARG? And I hope everyone's staying safe and inside in these crazy times. I've never followed a web series. What do you mean, just like watched one? I don't think so. It's hard not being able to leave for essentialisms. Having a baby and asking people to pick up milk every few days has been the hardest. God, yeah. Oh, that definitely seems very difficult, Desi. You have people that can do that for you, though, right? Was it to you? Sorry to hear about your sleep paralysis, man. I'm glad it's cool, though. I'm all right. Thank you, man. Yeah, $6 bag of milk turns into $15 with delivery. Yeah, delivery just spikes fucking everything. Jay Stutters, I'm almost sure I had coronavirus a couple weeks back too, but I couldn't get tested either. Luckily, I'm better now. Not had any symptoms for over a week now. Well, Jay Stutters, congrats on that. That's amazing. Amy, on the flip side, the hospital 3 blocks from me has been converted to COVID only, and the thought sucks. I always liked living near a hospital in case I needed it. Now I can't go there for anything else. Yeah, that's tricky. Still walk to the store, got to do what I got to do. Yeah, I mean, you can still go to the store if you like. Can't. I would suggest trying to get food delivered if you can, but if you can't, there's no harm in going to the store. Just stay 6 feet away from people. The Imperial. Where do you live? That's probably due to your surroundings and the place you live in. Riemann, this has nothing to do with COVID, but I have an issue with comparing myself to others and feeling awful about it. Like dudes having more money than me or getting more girls than me, I just can't help it. Yeah, Riemann, comparison is literally the poison to happiness. And comparing yourself to another person will do absolutely nothing because what you're doing is you're basically comparing somebody's best traits to your worst ones. Like, for example, if somebody has a lot of money, that might be like one of their best traits, and of course they have more money than you because it's the best thing they have going for them. So oftentimes our natural inclination is to be like, oh, this person's like a fitness model. Oh, they're in so much better shape than me. It's like, of course they are. That's like their life, you know? And it's not your life. So you can't compare yourself to somebody else, especially like their best traits to your worst, because you're literally doing yourself a disservice with that. And you're not being kind to yourself at all. The only person you should compare yourself to is yourself. DJ, I appreciate that. Thank you. Let me see. I thought I might have those slides still. I made slides about the comparison. Let's see if they're in here somewhere. Images. Self-love. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. I think you guys can see this. All right, here we go. Stop comparing yourself. Comparison is a killer to self-love. We aren't usually very nice when it comes to comparisons, right? Instead, we take our greatest flaws and compare them to someone's greatest success. In short, you're doomed to fail. Realize that you write your own story. Realize that you can't compare yourself to someone else's because no matter how well you know them, you never know how they feel or how they perceive their life. Instead, spend your time and energy to nourish and build your own path. Take baby steps. Life takes time. It doesn't have to be big action, just small and consistent steps in the right direction that stirs joy, care, and excitement. Still the slides. So yeah, that's some cool notes about comparison. Totally agree, Time Imperial. I mean, it's not like it's easy by any means. Our whole like what we do every day, if you're on fucking social media, that's all social media is just comparing to another person, really. So it's hard to like not be sucked into that and be like, oh fuck, these people look so happy and I'm miserable. Like, why am I miserable? Why are they happy? Like, what am I doing wrong? You know? It's very easy to get in that mind state. Tommy, we'll watch that when we get out of quarantine for sure. Hell yeah, Amy. Where did you say that, Carnage? With that one, use less social media. A lot of people will only show their best parts, and you will compare every aspect of yours to theirs. Everyone has issues, and I'm sure you have a lot. Totally agree with that, Carnage. Totally agree. Yeah, totally SF Giants. It is totally like just watching people's highlight reels. Not sure if it's been asked before, but do you guys play any video games, avid or casual? And if you've heard about the new Resident Evil 3 remake, it's dope. I don't play any video games. It's really difficult for me to get into those, like just because I think my patience for them is really low, and oftentimes I'll get bored with them before I even complete a mission. So it's like I enjoy dumb games, like fighting games, where it's not really much of a mission. It's just like beat this guy, and I'm like, okay, I can do that, like Street Fighter. But yeah, complex video games I'm not really a big fan of, but I know a lot of people like them. Will we have any more skateboarding content on here? Yep, we will. Very soon. Very, very soon. I'd probably be horrible at Madden. I played Mortal Kombat versus DC when I went back to Colorado a couple months ago. That game was pretty fun. And I do fuck with Doom, too. I don't do any meditation. I really should. I need to start, honestly. And the only way I'm going to do that is just start doing it. So I do need to start doing some meditation, for sure. I did shoot the twerk video, you're right. Well, Michael Downs, I'm sorry that my personal opinion about racism, dissuaded you from buying a shirt. I'm sorry, but I'm honestly not sorry, man. Like, I feel the way I feel, and if you don't want to support the channel because of that, that's your choice. You have every right to, man. But I have every right to feel the way I feel, and I don't feel that thought is dumb as you said it is. Just like I would never call a feeling you have dumb either, but good day, man. Had to go to Rite Aid while I was there. I saw Ben & Jerry's was $3.99, so you know. Oh shit, what flavor? What flavor you get? I haven't ate ice cream in fucking forever. It's been a long time. Oh, you saw me at Traffic 2 in LA eating the taco truck? Hell yeah. That was at the airliner? I remember that. Yep, I'm a recovering addict, Tommy Chaz. I would say I'm a recovered addict. I feel you have been playing Call of Duty with some friends for honor and maybe... Have I ever tried calisthenics? Not really. I mean, I kind of been doing calisthenics in my room now, I guess you would say. But yeah, I haven't like really tried it. Now with everything being closed, I kind of like, I've been doing stuff more geared towards that, for sure. Yep, we talk about addiction and stuff in here. Jay Stutters, heroin is like terrible and taking over my community. Been like that for a while, just getting worse, unfortunately. Jay Stutters, yeah, that's terrible. Do you live in the UK, I'm assuming? Or where do you live? I'm addicted to battle rap. Hell yeah, man, I'm totally addicted. It's like saying when you work a job that you're addicted to a job. But yeah, I love battle rap. It's Twosome. You know what's funny, dude? I used to actually work right next door to Headspace. But yeah, I know a lot about Headspace, and I know that it's a fantastic app. I should download it, honestly, and get on it. The ice cream truck place has stayed open for here as an essential service. That's amazing. Probably hard to justify, but we were lying if I said I wasn't grateful for it. Well, that's incredible. That's fucking awesome. Thanks for doing this, Avo, especially with there being no meetings right now because of coronavirus. You're saint for that, bro. Jay Stutters, appreciate you, my man. It means a lot to me. Complex fever. Is the air in Colorado any different than LA? Like, is it more fresh in Colorado than LA? Yes. LA has terrible air. But actually, Denver has really bad air, too. Denver doesn't want to admit that their air is fucking terrible because they think they're just... It's funny, Denver is literally like one of the most elitist cities I've ever been to. They think they're literally like God's gift to America. They're like, oh, we're so healthy, and we legalized weed so much earlier than the rest of the country, which is great. But they also like talk so much shit about LA's bad air. But Denver's air is just as bad. But yeah, the mountain air is really clean. It's really nice. Another URL event in LA, that'd be great. Headspace NYC. Peanut butter and jelly or grilled cheese? I would go peanut butter and jelly probably. I mean, that's kind of like what mood you're in. Are you in the mood for sweet or savory? Hell yeah, Shiv. Respect to still fighting that battle. Yeah, Carnage. People get in here and just ask me battle rap questions. It's fine though. It's all love. I appreciate it. Yeah, they are elitist hippies, Amy. They totally are elitist hippies. But it's cool. I fuck with it. It's like they got good intentions, so it's dope. It's dope. Two Bears, One Cave is a funny-ass podcast. Yeah, I've heard about that. I've seen it up. There should be a battle rap video game. I agree with that. That would be fire. Wasn't like, didn't Def Jam have a video game where they're fighting? DJ, Avo, I didn't know you're from Colorado. I live in Parker, moved from NY in 2008. You're absolutely right about Colorado being elitist. DJ, yeah. I'm from Castle Rock, man. So Castle Rock is actually close to Parker. I actually used to skate at the Parker skate park there. That's crazy. A mission where you play as Adi Boom and get snitched on. That's amazing. You ever thought about doing a mini documentary about a series of battle rappers? Yes, I have. Oh, that's dope. They have citywide Wi-Fi. That's incredible. Have I ever tried making beats? You find it therapeutic? I haven't, but I would love to get into music. Seductive Unicorn. You getting any urges in this isolation? I typically only drank once each weekend, but now Friday and Saturday, and the boredom, loneliness during this quarantine got me want to do it on weekdays even. Seductive Unicorn. No, I'm not being triggered or giving into any vices, but I can totally understand why this quarantine would make somebody want to do that. That's really, really understandable. You're alone, you're bored, you're lonely, you want to give into your vices. It's totally understandable. My thought process would be this, is that this is your chance to really sit with yourself and learn a lot about yourself. And giving into your vices just because you're bored and lonely is not going to do anything for those feelings. The only thing that's going to do anything for those feelings is just letting those feelings pass. Because you're not going to be lonely forever. Like, the feeling of loneliness will pass. The feeling of boredom will pass. Their emotions are transient. They go through you. So learning to deal with your emotions in that level, I think, is greatly more essential to you growing as a human than being like, fuck, well, I don't know what to do. Might as well just have another beer, you know? Matthew, congrats on that. 5 years of sobriety for me. Congrats on sobriety for you as well. It definitely isn't easy and takes a lot of self-discipline. 5 years, Matthew. That's huge. Congrats on that. JB, appreciate that, man. I know Castle Rock has blown up. It's like when I go home, it's like there's like a new fucking neighborhood every time I go home. JT Flynn, I quit my job for 10 days before the UK went into lockdown. I plan on moving to Argentina this month. Now I'm in the UK without a job and feel like I'm caught in limbo with the COVID situation. JT Flynn, I'm sorry to hear about that, man. This coronavirus really fucked everything up, like, for a lot of people. I'm sorry to hear that you're stuck in limbo. But this should end in a couple months, and I'm sure your life is going to get back on track after that. I have 20 non-alcoholic beers in my fridge. I drink a few of them. Will you be so bloated you won't want a real beer? Word up, man. Word up. This too shall pass. Yep. True ass words. Parbirth. Lavo, hope this never happens, but should you relapse, do you have a recovery plan to put you back on track? And do you ever think about relapsing? I don't ever think about relapsing, but relapsing is part of the recovery process. And if I were to ever relapse in any of my addictions, I would be kind to myself. I would be like, okay, that's fine that that happened. It's not the end of the world. Sure, like, you relapse, but this is part of the process. When you learn to ride a bike, you fall. And then what do? You're not like, God damn it, I fucking fell. I should have just like rode off into the sunset first try. No, you just get back on the bike and you try again. You just got to keep trying again. My plan would be that tomorrow is another day and it's another chance to be sober. That's it. A Netflix, a battle rap. I mean, I kind of think the URL to TV app is that, personally. Yeah, I miss the gym too, man, to say the least. Guns the West Coast King, what up? What's cracking? Is there anything else I'm interested in shooting or just battle rap? Coke can, I mean, maybe I could, I don't know. Not really, to be honest with you. Right now, I just want to shoot battle rap. There's like other issue. I mean, I would like to shoot like better music videos with a budget where I had like where I could hire people to help me, but nothing else really. I don't want to shoot like a feature film or anything. Maybe a documentary about battle rap. That'd be cool. Catherine Walsh, appreciate that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Can you scroll up a bit? I asked you something. Was it to you? I just remembered when you did the Bonnie vs. Carter watch with Avocado. Any chance of having another one with Papacado? Yeah, I don't think my dad really he thinks battle rap is fine and all that, but he's not like a fan of battle rap. Where my mom likes battle rap, so I don't think I would ever do a watch with my dad. Maybe I'd do a watch with my whole family, like both my brothers, my dad and my mom, and my sister-in-law. I think that would be pretty cool. Is Hollywood really as weird and fake as everyone says? It's a very incestual business. I'll say that much. Forsha 60. Wise words, Avo. I stopped drinking numerous years ago. Have fell off the wagon a couple times. That's how it is. You fall down, you get back up. Yeah, exactly. Relapsing is part of the recovery process. It's nothing more than that. It's always good to have someone to go to in those moments of relapsing. Being an open book is important. If you do, you can't be too hard on yourself as long as you still have the desire to start again. Totally agree with that. Having people to talk to is super important. Family members, close friends. It's twosome. Do you think it's healthy to engage in other activities to get your mind off current emotions? Not necessarily substance abuse, but how people may submerge themselves in work or other things. Twosome, I think submersing yourself in anything is not good because you're basically just getting addicted to something else. If I was to like for example, that's how I actually used to deal with painful emotions. And that's why I'm an alcoholic. That's why I'm a sex addict. That's why I'm a work addict too, is because how I dealt with painful emotions was just to just submerge myself in something. You don't want to submerge yourself in anything. You want to do something in a healthy, adjusted manner. That's a time frame that's healthy, not just that's all you're doing. But yeah, if you're trying to get off drinking, I think exercising, going outside, now we can't do that, but you know, when we could, going a walk around the block, reading, I think those type of things are healthy activities that you can do little by little throughout the day and not have it turn into anything addictive. You're the most famous person I've met in Hollywood. I don't know. I don't think I've really met a lot of people in Hollywood. I've saw Brad Pitt in one place I was working at. I've met Casey Affleck. I've stood next to Sylvester Stallone. I shoulder checked Quentin Tarantino. That's kind of funny. I'm not really proud of that, but I did that when I was an asshole. Is it impossible to reset your casual social drinking when sober for a good while? Like once every couple of months at a birthday party, just a buzz instead of getting fully loaded. I don't think it's impossible, but I think it's just not worth the risk. And I think, at least I can speak for myself, I have no want to even drink socially anymore. I can just go hang out with people. Like, I don't need to be drinking to hang out with them. I can go be with them. They can drink, and I can be there sober. And I don't feel uncomfortable. I don't feel like I have to have something to drink. I can just talk. Like, I don't know. I feel so much more comfortable just in my own body now that I don't feel the need to be socially drinking. I can just be social, you know? A lot of things are circumstantial as well. People would judge someone for their addictions but have their own. Make sure you don't let anyone make you feel low about yourself. You guys are awesome. Carnage. Completely agree with that. Why'd I do that to Tarantula? Or Tarantino? Yeah, I shoulder checked him. It's a long story. Basically, I didn't know who he was, and I thought he was just like, it was when I was working at a VFX studio, and I thought he was just like some like VFX nerd, and we were walking down this hallway that was really narrow, and he like wasn't looking at me or moving out of the way, so I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna walk through him. So I just fucking shoulder checked him, and then he was like, he's like, sorry. He like apologized immediately, and then I like saw him, and then my producer was just looking at me like they turned white. Like, what the fuck did you just do? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry about that, man. And I just walked off. Yeah, I used to be a fucking asshole. For real. Yo, Riemann, if you get nervous around girls, man, just know that you're as interesting as anybody in the world. And you shouldn't be trying to impress anybody, and there's no reason to be nervous. It's just another human being in front of you. There's no reason to be insecure about yourself, be nervous about impressing them. Like, just feel that you're good. You're the best person you can be. But yeah, guys, love y'all. Abba, do you consider yourself an all or nothing kind of person? Yes, I do. Unfortunately, I'm trying to not be that way, but I definitely am a very extreme 0 to 100 person, unfortunately. Like, for example, me being sober, it's like I can't just drink a little. It's either like I'm a drunk or I'm not. So that's definitely something I'm working on. But yeah, guys, I'm going to cut that off now. It's been an hour. Appreciate everybody tuning in and all of that shit. I hope you guys are doing good. Stay safe out there, please. Don't go outside unless you absolutely have to, and if you do, just stay away from people. I've been walking and running outside recently, and it's like literally I just cross the street when I see somebody, and I don't get close to anybody. So yeah, just stay safe out there, guys. Love y'all. Tomorrow I'm gonna be doing a drawing out of a hat for the round for round tournament. We're picking which battlers are going to be battling who. But yeah, guys, I will see y'all tomorrow. Stay safe, please. And peace out.